But, okay. Oh boy. Well, I believed that hello and welcome to Night Chat. Okay, so on this channel, like I said before, I like to cover things that evolve around my experiences, things I've researched that can be proven, things I know that happened in my life that I know for a fact, whistleblowers with credentials that are getting paid no money to say what they say, and the classified CIA documents where the CIA admits they're doing treasonous acts against we, the American people. And to prove our government is not our government anymore, that we're under a kingship, just ask them to step down and see what you get. They won't step down. How much more proof would you need? The government has been hijacked by criminal thugs, and in my experience, a lot of these criminal thugs are also part human, part hybrid. In other words, part gray alien. I know it sounds crazy. Part gray alien and part human. Now, when I say gray alien, I hear a lot of stories where the gray aliens are actually the workers. And there's an insectoid kind of creature and a reptilian creature aboard the ship. See, there's millions and millions and millions of documented cases of alien abductions. Millions of cases worldwide. And the story goes, there's always insect creature being, humanoid thing in the background, or a reptilian, or both. A lot of people believe that the Greys might actually be more like clones that are more like workers. Either way it goes, whatever's happening aboard these crafts that are kidnapping these women and men, and for the most part, there's a pregnancy and a missing baby that's half human and half creature. So whatever happens aboard these crafts is where the secret lies. Now, I know for a fact that there's people on Earth that don't belong here. I dated one. I actually uploaded her video to YouTube last year, and I had military men try to kill me. At a stoplight, a guy tries to get into my car. A doctor tries to poison me with an IV. 2 military thugs try and crawl out my window at 1 o'clock in the morning here in North Park, San Diego. So I know for a fact what kind of a state we are in America. And I don't mean California. We are in red alert, danger, danger, Will Robinson. Better wake up now before it's too late. Time zone. If the American people don't wake up, if we cannot wake them up, then we are definitely done. I believe America can actually be a place of neutral ground where when Armageddon breaks out, which it will real soon, the Antichrist, the son of the devil, will step out onto the scene. A lot of us heard of the Antichrist when growing up. It's going to be the son of the devil, part human, part fallen, angelical being. It's an angelical property that you don't see, that we can't see with our eyes. We can only see through a certain light frequency. But if we don't wake up soon and stop this crime from happening to our fellow American citizens, then all of us are going to be subject to the New World Order, and it's a boot stomping on your face for all eternity. That's what they want. Doesn't mean they're going to get it, but they're going to get it for a short time. The Bible says there will be a 7-year tribulation. Well, it actually says 3.5 years of peace. Then the Antichrist shows his true colors, and there's 3.5 years of pure hell on earth. Bible also says if you're a saved Christian, if you believe in Jesus Christ as your God, if you realize He's God and He came to earth to save you from your own sins, and you start reading the Bible and praying daily and following the 10 Commandments, plus love your enemies, if you do that, the Bible says you will be protected from the plagues that are coming and the locusts that are coming. They're going to have faces like humans, hair like a woman, little creature things that fly around and sting evil people for 6 months. Now, yes, it's true. America can be a neutral place. We can create America into a neutral place if we can arrest the thugs that are in the mainstream light, if you will, the ones that we see, and make an example out of them. Example, I'm not saying Hillary Clinton is guilty of anything. I don't know. I really don't know. But as a metaphor, as an example, let's say she was, we arrested her. That would actually allow us to arrest other people. Because it just takes one. When you bring one down, it's a domino effect. You'll start bringing the house down. And I'm talking about guilty people. People that are running the child sex slave rings. People that are kidnapping kids from their porch. I mean, Ted Gunderson, head of the FBI, in 1980 retired in LA with honors, did his own investigation on a child sex ring that led him to the White House. All this stuff's available online. You can look it up for yourself. I mean, if you take out the hybrid equation, okay? I know there's hybrids. I've seen it. But if you take it out, you still got criminal thugs that are running amok in America. You can't do what you're doing and not face the crimes and face the penalties. Because when we allow them to get away, to skate away, it only continues and grows. That's it. There'll come a day where the technology is set in place, and I think that they're already on their way, where there's going to be nothing we can do about anything. So we either make our move now while we still can, or just kiss our asses goodbye. Now I want you to take a look at this right here.
Or maybe you sense it, that feeling that you're being watched. Well, the state has laws against stalking on the books, making it a felony.
Now, what if police don't recognize it? And what if it's a complete stranger who's bothering you?
And gang stalking. I'm what's called a targeted individual.
My experience as a targeted individual.
I'm getting microwaved all day.
Elaine Wu, and I am a targeted individual.
All right. So, I'm a targeted individual.
My name's Thomas Baker. I'm a targeted individual.
Techniques and different techniques used on me as a targeted individual.
Robert Roby. I live in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I am a targeted individual.
Fortunately, I am a TI. I am a targeted individual.
My name is David De La Cruz, and I am a targeted individual.
And welcome to another video on the Targeted Individual Program. In this video, I will be talking about the technology called remote neural monitoring.
I was implanted with a mind control device. I've experienced B2K and harassment. I've been attacked many, many, many times. And this is over the last 6 years. In 2000,
For YouTube and for all targeted individuals out there.
So I just wanted to do an update for those of you that are TIs, targeted individuals.
in the life of a targeted individual.
Hundreds of people in the valley say they are hearing voices in their heads.
Electronic harassment, synthetic telepathy, voice-to-school technology. Chances are you haven't heard of these terms, but after searching the internet, I found dozens of websites dedicated to the phenomenon and several Valley residents who say they're victims.
This is Andrew Fury from Aston, Pennsylvania, reporting as a targeted individual. This is a worldwide problem and has followed me after I moved. I can hear the voices of the people that are attacking me inside of my head. I am told that the culprits and perpetrators are actually military intelligence agencies. They comment on everything I look at, so everything I can see, they can see. And these voices in my head are voices of people that I recognize. I am told this is part of the scheme of things. This is not a mental illness. It's called targeted individuals. This is a worldwide phenomenon. They use devices like this. It's a very small implant that is placed into the brain cavity somewhere. This is a very bizarre use of technology. They're using it to stifle me. They keep me up at night, commenting on anything that runs through my head in their voices. They take turns, they take shifts, and they continue on sleep deprivation campaigns. I used to report on radiation readings on the rain on YouTube, and I suppose this is why they targeted me. I was what they call a truther. I researched Fukushima radiation and radiation in the rain and in the environment, and this new technology, which has replaced my own voice inside of my head with the perpetrators' voices, using technology the wrong way. Once again, this is mind reading technology. They can see out of my eyes. They know what I think when I think it or before I think it, and my thoughts are repeated in their voices inside of my own head. These individuals that are attacking me claim to be working for the President of the United States. They claim to be working for the NSA. They claim to have orders to kill me. NSA, remote neural monitoring, covert operations of the U.S. National Security Agency. Once again, this is mind control. Government mind control, orchestrated at a civilian level to unsuspecting people. I am what is known as a targeted individual. This is supposed to be a covert operation, but the voices of my perpetrators are non-stop. They justify doing this by claiming that I am the terrorist and claiming that they are doing this for national security reasons. You can know for sure that you're a targeted individual when you hear the voices of your perpetrators, when you lay down and go to sleep, when you go into the bathroom, when you take a shower. They don't stop. This is an unending torture campaign orchestrated by government agencies. One of my main complaints is that my own internal voice has been replaced by their voices inside of my head. I know this sounds very strange, but that is what it is. I'm making a claim that I am being tortured as an American citizen. I am being tortured inside my own home in a very bizarre way.
So, gang stalking in America is reaching epidemic proportions. Now, these are the people that are brave enough to talk on video. Then you got the people that are not talking on video. Then you got the people that aren't even aware they're being gang stalked. As an American citizen, you should hold your head up proud. We're in a land of freedom where the Constitution rules the land. That when you allow the government that's supposed to work for us to run rogue and to turn their weapons on their fellow Americans, the ones that are signing their checks, it's exactly what you get. So as truthers, we have to start going door to door, putting up flyers, getting aggressive peacefully, but getting aggressive nevertheless, reaching all Americans. Like Paul Revere, the British are coming, the British are coming. We have to get out there, get our feet wet in the mud, and you'll be surprised once you wake the American people up how easy it would be to arrest the criminals at the top, move them out, and put regular folks in like you and me. Like I said before, I'd rather have a school bus driver or clerk at Burger King running my government than some thug that's allowing super soldiers and military creeps to creep around people's yards in the dark on America's streets and torture fellow Americans. It's bad enough for going into countries and killing people. That's bad enough. But see what happens? You see what happens when there's war after war after war, and the people that want war, that say, oh, there's always a reason for war, and they support war. Do you see what happens when you support evil shit like that? Now, eventually, it's turned on your own people. Vietnam, I mean, we can go back, we go over all the different wars. All the times we were quiet. All the times people say, hey, we gotta go in there, it's this or that. That's bullshit. We have nuclear bombs. There's no reason to go to war. No one's gonna come into America and invade us, because we'll nuke them. Why there's even an army still is because after creating the nuclear bombs, it should have actually ended. But because they have to do a big Broadway play for society to move, it's like a chess game, to move us this way, then move us that way, and then move us this way, and then take away one right, and take away another right, and then another right. And eventually we're just all caged up. Pretty soon you're just guilty for being alive. Which is what they believe already, but they want us to believe that too. And when they're done, they just might get what they want, unless we stop them. Now I know gang stalking is real. I'm a victim of gang stalking, so I know it's real. I uploaded a Reptilian hybrid video of my ex-girlfriend. Got 10,000 views in a week. I told my friend it might not be good because they might want to. It might not be good because they might want to kill me. 2 weeks later, the doctor in the emergency room, I went in there for an asthma attack. She gave me an IV that was killing me. Okay, let's say I'm being paranoid. I walked out, got better. At a red light 2 weeks later, a military guy pulls up to my car and tries to get in my car door. Okay, I'm being paranoid again. A month later, 2 big military thugs try and crawl in my window at 1 o'clock in the morning to kill me and my brother. And when I called the police, they confirmed they're in on it when they don't want to shine their lights behind my studio apartment where the creep was hanging out at. There's 2 creeps. One was in the neighbor's backyard, which is 4 feet away from my windows, because there's like a little side area in the neighbor's yard, and he was on the other side of the bushes of the fence. And then the other thug was in the backyard of my studio. And that's why the police came out and they didn't want to shine their lights back there. Instead, they wanted to argue with me for 25 minutes. I had to literally get on my hands and knees and beg them to shine a flashlight behind my studio apartment. If I call 911, if I think I'm in trouble, why can't you just shine your flashlight behind my studio apartment? Someone broke in on the emergency phone call. I was calling 911, the phone was ringing. Someone broke in, the phone hacked in and said, no one's going to help you. I can prove that happened because there's a fingerprint. Even if they covered their tracks, it is a fingerprint. That's at 3 o'clock in the morning. And when I prove it, which I will, what then? The American government is, in my life, is guilty of gang stalking me, harassing me, violating me, causing me to go into poverty. They owe me money. They owe a lot of you guys out there money. That's why we have to have them step down, face criminal actions, then we sue the government. Because if we sue the government when they're still in the government, it's just going to keep going on. If I win the lawsuit, there are going to be more victims. We got to stop what's going on, because America is the only place standing now where there's hope. Once America goes, the entire world's gone. I admit we're the ones that are invading countries that are killing people. But once we're gone, it's over. Because we're also helping troops go in when there's nations. Because there's good folks too. And the thugs got to pretend they're good when the eyes are on them. So we do a lot of good for the world still too. But we got to get these parasites out of office. We got to pull them out. These leeches, these bloodsuckers, are killing us. And until we get rid of them, things aren't going to change. Now look, I know for a fact, and I have nothing to prove, and I really, it doesn't impress me, or I'm not really inspired. And they're worried about me because the stuff I know, but the stuff I know doesn't really inspire, it doesn't really move me in any kind of way. They go, oh, he's going to give out names, oh, he's going to give out information. You know what? I'm not. As long as you stay away from me and my family, my friends, then that's the way it will always be. Because I don't really look forward to that. See, I don't want to be doing this. I want to be doing my own art. But they stopped me by harassing me, by gang stalking me, by threatening me. And that's why I'm doing this now, because I'm being forced to do this. This isn't because I want to do this. Now I'm gonna go put flyers up, and I'm gonna get real people watching my channel, because I'm pretty sure my audience are CIA. I'm pretty sure. I need some good CIA folks, some good FBI folks, some good military folks who realize there's thugs among them. Keep an eye out, and then just start prosecutions. In the meantime, the American people, you and me, we go door to door. We start protesting peacefully. We start getting the ball rolling, and start getting these criminal thugs put away, so you and me can have peace and security once more. Because once we put them away, security and peace will rule the land. There's a lot of innocent kids out there that are being vulnerable to this stuff. They're growing up in this society where you got criminals kidnapping kids and killing them to Satan. That's what this means. Now, if you forget the Nephilim stuff for a moment, forget the hybrid stuff for a moment, every time there's a hardcore investigation of big child trafficking, it always leads back to the United Nations. It always leads to the CIA. It always leads to the same groups. Why are they the ones investigating crimes when they're the ones doing the crimes? We gotta lock them up. Okay, now, besides that, yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that hybrids are running around crazy, okay? That's a fact. Because they're putting my life throughout the years, and I know the difference now between a hybrid and a human, pretty much. Now, as long as I'm left alone, that information will go with me to the grave when I die of my own natural causes. However, if I die because of them, in any kind of way, even if it's a heart attack, this shit's gonna hit the fan. Shit will come out. You can bet that one. Oh yeah, you can bet that one. And when this stuff comes out, when this shit hits the public, you can never put the genie back in the bottle. It'll be over for sure. It'll be over. The problem is that God doesn't want it revealed because it's biblical. So as long as they're leaving me alone, I'm being ordered to stay away from it. Because what's going to happen is biblical. And you can be protected if you go to God. So you can't sit there and say, oh, but how could God love me? I'm not being protected. There's a big secret you know about that we don't know about. If you go to God, you'll be protected. That's a guarantee. And Jesus Christ is God. God came to the earth to show us how to walk as a man, and that man's name was Jesus Christ. Now, Doug Batchelor, he's really a good pastor to listen to. I like Perry Stone. Doug Batchelor is my favorite of all. But you gotta get your heart right with God. That's between you and your walk with our Creator. As in America, if we allow these thugs to continue on running our government, you're going to have more cases and more cases of gang stalking, which is the military and the police departments together harassing their citizens secretly in covert operations. They're harming them with weapons. They're spying inside their apartments. They're raping their kids and killing them. They're doing a lot of stuff. We're only seeing the surface of what a few people are talking about, are opening up to you. In my opinion, all the mayors, all the congressmen, the president, everybody needs to step out and let a new government come in. We the people. We got to assign regular folks. If not, then we're done. That's it. We're done. 100% we're done. 100% we will be done. No ifs, ands about it. We'll be done. We'll be done. We'll be done. We'll be done. Chemtrails, harmonics, fluoride in the water, GMOs, gang stalking. I mean, the crimes are out of control. These are crimes they're doing to their own people. Now, when they're not busy killing us, they're going into other countries, killing families with machine guns and bombs. Is this the kind of government you want running you? Is this the kind of government you want in charge of you? Murdering thugs? All you millionaires out there, all you billionaires out there are going to pay like everybody else because they're beta testing us. All this gang stalking is very important for their cause because they're trying to see what we can see, what we can't see, what they can do, what they can't do, how we react. They're writing everything down, and then later in the near future they're going to roll this out on everybody. They're going to nuke a few cities, roll out the gang stalking, checkpoints everywhere, and you and me ain't going to be having these conversations anymore. It's going to be quiet time while they gather people up to execute them. And you may say, why would they do that? Because it's being ran by the devil. There's a real God and a real devil, and the Antichrist is about to step onto the scene, and they get energized by our death, by our pain. All these people that you think love you, Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, even the pop stars are hybrids. They don't love you. They would love to torture you. I won't go there, but I can prove it. And you can prove it. If you watch very carefully what they're doing and the symbols they throw up links to child sacrifice to the devil. I would never be proud to wear some symbol that had to do with child sacrifice. I wouldn't be proud to wear that kind of crap. But they are. I can't do this alone. You out there watching, I'm going to put flyers up so I keep my word. God says certain things I can't talk about, I don't talk about them. But certain things I can talk about that are green lighted, and this government needs to be revamped. We need the Constitution to rule the land again before the kids that when you're driving to work and you see all these school buses with little kids, before those kids grow up. Because this shit, hell's going to break out soon. I don't know how soon. It might be a year, it might be 5 years. But it's coming real soon, in the near future. And all it is pure evil. You can't even imagine what they have in store for you. And I hate to scare you. If you really think about it, it can be very, very scary. But the good news is we can still change it. If the American people wake up soon enough. If we make these arrests and start prosecuting, and the main media has to be taken out. They have to be arrested, put in prison, and investigated, because I know they're breaking the law. You investigate them first, then you arrest them, and then you put them away. And you let everyone know what they did. And then this will never happen again. We don't have much time anyways. God's coming back real soon, my friend. Get your heart right with Jesus Christ. Antichrist will be on the scene real soon. Hopefully it ain't going to be in America. If we can make this a neutral place, if we act now, we can make this a place where everyone wants to run to for safety. This can be like a sanctuary. Because the Bible is very, very vague on America. It's very vague. America is really kind of a new place, you know. It can be a whole other place. But if we don't change things now, it's going to be the headquarters for the New World Order. And that word should scare you, because it means death. It means death to you and death to me. Flyers, peaceful protesting, door to door. Let everyone know what's going on. There's at least 1 billion hybrids. I hate to scare you, but I've done my research. There's 300 million people alive today that have been abducted by aliens. And it's always a hybrid program is what they're doing. They're running a secret program. They don't want people to know. That's why they erase the memory. They're making all these babies for the last 70 years and putting them in society, into Congress, into our president, the world leaders, dictators, to super soldiers, to military people, and they know what they're doing. They talk to each other through telepathy, and they know that we don't see them, but they can see us. And it's a big chess game, a big Broadway play, if you will. And they're moving things in position to box us in, and they're going to be our daddies. But these daddies want to eat us with the Thanksgiving turkey, unless We stop them now, arrest them, drop the hybrid stuff, just the crimes you can prove, arrest them, open up the CIA, open up the FBI, start prosecutions, arrest, throw away the key, and then go after the super soldiers next. If you're a police officer and you're good, you need to help out. If you're a military person and you're good, you need to help out. Whose side are you on? The people that are killing the Americans that have taken over our country? Are you for the American people themselves? The people that deserve the Constitution? Our forefathers died and fought so you and me could have freedom. Don't make it be in vain. Don't go out that way. Hey, praise God. Thanks for watching. Amen. And get your heart right with Jesus is the main thing. And just think it over. Am I right or am I wrong?
Mm-mm.